The views, thoughts, and opinions on this podcast belong only to the hosts and the guests. They don't necessarily reflect any organization or sponsors connected to us. We aim to keep things accurate, but everything you hear is shared for information, conversation, and entertainment. We're going to dive into good laughs, tough talks, and that genuine feel that you came for. So get comfortable, relax into the vibe, and let the moment unfold. This is Keep It Clean. Lock in.
Because if that ain't if saying it now, get you all yourselves right. And then two, if you saying it now,
is this needed? Is it acceptable? Does it change up everything? What's y'all thoughts? Did it make any sense? There is a game that's problem. That's second place. Yes, that's second place.
Tell me why I'm watching the game on ESPN. One of the banners in the background is YouTube TV for the game, but we can't even watch it. How does that make sense?
$20. I don't want no $20. I want the game.
Every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.
What up, everybody? What's up? We are back. This is a Keep It Clean sports team. We're here for episode 18. I'm gonna try to how long can I make this rhyme last? I don't know. We're gonna get in between the sports line. Never mind, man. It's your boy Ray. We got some things to discuss. We got two partners in here as well. Two of the Michigan boys. We're back again. I'm gonna start off with the elder statesman, Brother Jamell. How goes it?
I am doing well, sir. I'm happy to be here. Thank you, the mailman, because I always deliver facts. Isn't that right, Abe?
Well, is that a fact? You introduce yourself.
It's not a fact. This is all just a lie. We're here for the entertainment aspect at a certain point because facts just go out the window. So it's your boy Abe. I'm here. I'm happy to be with my two guys here, talk sports, and hopefully tell Jamell that he's lying on every point. So let's go.
Facts just go out the window is a tough statement, sir. Facts just go out the window is a tough statement. Why do you feel that way, man? But
you know
what?
He just came off the chest with it. He wanted to start the episode this way. He came into the whole session this way. You see, he's hyped today. I can't wait to see Jamell today. I love this energy. I don't know what's going on, but I'm ready for it.
Oh, say less. Well, let's get straight into it, man. Let's get straight into it. What we going through today, man? We gonna talk some Phillip Rivers. We gonna talk some Stefanski still hating on Shador. We gonna talk about Notre Dame pulling out of the college football playoffs, or I'm sorry, for the bowl games. We gonna talk about teams saying, okay, you want to play that game? We won't play a game with you. We gonna talk about what's going on in the NBA. We still got some NBA action, and then other than that, if anybody's watching, y'all comment, y'all subscribe, we'll try to address it. But since Abe is already calling out nonsense, man, let's get straight to it, man. I see what you got going on. How you feeling? What was your highlights for the week?
If I want to bring up a really cool highlight, I think, especially from the NFL, Bo Nix. He put it on the field this week. Obviously them beating Green Bay sucks to see Micah go down. Micah's a great player. Finally got to cheer for him because he wasn't a Cowboy. And then to have a season-ending injury like this when they were on their way up doing pretty well, it sucks. So, but I would say Bo Nix definitely leading Denver to a comeback over the Packers, throwing 4 touchdowns, and it's an 11-win streak. Like, that's a pretty big feat.
Okay. Who needs cleaning up, man? Who is getting out of pocket this week in the sports world?
I don't know. There's a few people out here in the sports world that need talking to. The Bengals is one of them. We just need to hang it up. It is what it is. You tried your best. You had some injuries this year, contract negotiations with Jamar Chase, trying to figure all that out. It's been a lot. It's been a lot, and it's time to just say, you know what? Let's go get us a really good defensive end this year or somebody on the offensive line because this season is over, and it's been over for quite some time.
Got it. Okay. Do you have a highlight moment of the week?
Highlight moment would probably be if I like to say moment is more than just like a catch or something, my moment would be the Bills beating Cincinnati, because it didn't look good for them in the very beginning, but to come back and do what they did. Josh Allen, we were talking a little smack last week about Josh and how he's kind of wavering from time to time, and he kind of came back to let us know that, it ain't over till the big broad sings. So there we are.
Okay, man, we're gonna go over Jamell. What you got?
My highlight is Michael Porter Jr. I was clowning him at the beginning of the season. He was talking about everything except basketball, and on the court, all he's done is ball out. He's averaging the most points per game ever. I mean, it's with Brooklyn. Who else is going to score? Cam Thomas, the ball hog, is out, so it's on him. But he's averaging the most points while shooting almost 50%. He's at 49.9%. From three, he's almost at 40%, 39.9%. The only thing that's down is his free throw percentage, and that's not down by much from his career high. His career high is 83.3. He's at 81.3. So he's very efficient, and he is just racking up points. He's averaging 25.6 points per game, the highest of his entire career. But again, when Cam Thomas gets back and refuses to pass the ball, we'll see how that goes. My bozo is Tua. That's the same sound I make when I spit. Tua, you know? Ooh, I don't want to sound like the hot Tua.
Yeah.
Saliva is what I'm spitting. But, dude, how do you make, like, next year, I think he's making $55 million. $55 million. And depending on how Quinn
It's
Ewers
guaranteed,
does,
though, right? Isn't it guaranteed?
It is guaranteed. It's guaranteed. And he might be on the bench. I have a solution for Mike McDaniels, though. Only play Tua in warm weather and then find you a cold weather quarterback. Go back and forth. That's what I think. I should have done that either. I apologize. My Viagra's too strong tonight. But I really don't have a highlight moment or anything. Just Michael Porter Jr. is killing it right now.
Okay. I will follow up. I'm gonna start off with the bozos, man. I'm gonna stay on the Browns for the second week. Between Stefanski giving Shador the wrong plays on your wristband, and then again in your interview just making it seem like it's not that big of a deal. The announcers knew during the game. You told the announcers. That's information that should have just, I don't know, stayed in huddle. I don't think Shador would have came out and said that. I don't think he would have aired you out, right? Then on the other side, same team, Jerry Jeudy, y'all two together, man. Jerry Jeudy, you gotta stop talking, right? You were the same one getting on Shador. You trying to yell at him. I didn't see none of that energy with Flacco. I didn't see none of that energy with Daniel Gabriel. And here you are, you fumble, dancing around on the field when he first gets in the game, and then he's throwing you touchdown passes. And instead of using your hands like a receiver's supposed to do, you let it bounce off your chest. And you know what you said? You all know what he said in his interview?
No,
I should have slow played it. What does that mean? What does that have to do with your hands? It hit you dead in the chest, turned into an interception because you failed to do your job, man. The Browns as an organization, if a team could just, you know how there's mercy rules in like Pee Wee League sports? I don't know if that would apply necessarily because they're applying the mercy rule to themselves and beating themselves up. But buddy, man, like if the Browns could just exit the rest of the season, and the only reason I still want to see them play is only because of Myles Garrett. Only because of Myles Garrett, and I hope you end up getting that record. But that's it on the highlight side, and that says a lot for me to stick on the Browns because old buddy that we're gonna get to that didn't win the Heisman. I'm forgetting your name right now, and that's the only reason I didn't say you. But man, you tricked off some points here. But the highlight portion of it, you said Bo Nix, man. I'm gonna go with Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is making the wins when he needs to make the wins, man. It's not pretty. It's not. It's not pretty whatsoever. But he to the point he's so invested in the team. Y'all saw them try to track him down for an interview, and he said he's like, "Yo, I'm trying to celebrate with my team." I know, but can you just? It's like, man, if he could shoe somebody, like I saw it, you saw his eyes. He twitched. He was getting ready to just mush old girl and just move her out the way. But the Chargers are a scary team. The Chargers are a scary team, and then I would say the highlight moment for me, I don't give credit for it being a midseason cup, but it was a good game to see the talent for San Antonio last night played New York. It was a good game. It was a back and forth, and Josh Hart has some explaining to do. Josh Hart has some explaining to do. That I'm sorry, we can't skip past that, man. Why are your thumbs there? Jalen Brunson, why did this look so casual for you? That's not winning basketball.
This has been happening since Nova.
That's not winning basketball. That's not what we know about. But yeah, man, we can go straight into the next part, man. Straight into the next part. Y'all want to start with college because we have a couple topics in college. Maybe not some games, but we do got some topics. Or y'all want to go into the NFL? Y'all want to go into the NBA? Y'all tell me, man. It's a free form week.
I feel like the college football will probably be the best place to start since there's not a lot going on.
Say less. Okay. I do want to break down. What's y'all's feelings on this Notre Dame situation? They said we not going to play in any of the bowl games. Let's start there. How y'all feel about that?
Go ahead, Jamell.
I think the level of immaturity, and I don't believe Marcus Freeman has said anything. I know the AD has been running his.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
Stay quiet. Stay out of it.
The only thing I want to hear from Marcus Freeman is, can I go to Michigan? That's the only thing I want to hear. But I think it's extremely childish on everyone's part. Notre Dame's AD, yeah, we're not going to play in the bowl game. And apparently the whole team agreed, but still, you're not guaranteed to play in a bowl game. I remember in the early 2000s when Notre Dame was horrible. They were not a good team. They didn't make bowls. So it's never a guarantee that you can reach a bowl game, no matter how talented you are. And then for these other teams to say, that's cool, we won't put you on our schedule. How immature is this? These are millionaires, and they're arguing like they're 5-year-olds, like they're little kids. You won't play in a bowl with us, we won't play with you for the upcoming seasons. So I think it's really immature, the entire thing.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely hear Jamell's point. To piggyback off of it, I do agree. It's very childish how this is all playing out. But if I'm being honest about the situation, if I'm looking at my school, right, and if we have Notre Dame on the schedule, but then their win or loss isn't going to really help or hurt me, I don't want to play you. And honestly, it'll probably hurt me more because now the scrutiny behind playing Notre Dame is that they're not going to play in a bowl game if they're not in the top 12. Okay, so if I have a really good season and I beat Notre Dame, the committee might look at it and say, that don't even count. That game versus Notre Dame doesn't even count. So now I have a game that's useless that I could have played Eastern Washington, New Jersey State, you know what I mean, and got an easy dub rather than having to go fight against one of the Big Ten, teams that I have to worry about with Marcus Freeman. If that's the case, yeah, I'm not putting you on my schedule. I don't want to go through that pain if I don't have to. But the other side of it is, yes, this is all childish. Marcus, keep your mouth shut, okay? Like all of us are agreeing here, stay quiet. We're going to get you out of there, okay? Just hold on tight. We're going to get you on up out of there, all right? So hopefully that call is coming here soon. But yeah, no, this is just to the point, it's childish.
How do y'all feel about the other schools' responses? Because I'm in agreement with you, man. I'm of the point of y'all know me. This is an easy layup for me. I've been on the Notre Dame hate train for a long period of time. So to watch you self-sabotage is hilarious to me. Because there really wasn't a game to play them unless they're ranked and you happen to get a win. But that's going to be year by year basis. That's going to be dependent on what they're ranked going into the college football, world. And then it seems like certain times, and I could be reaching here, but it seems like certain times they're going to give them a rank to create a storyline. Right? I didn't see anything spectacular from Notre Dame to justify the ratings that they were at for most of the season. Right. The losses that they took, even if you kept it close to an A&M, we saw what happened when A&M played somebody that was ranked. They lost. Right? So now when we're going forward, if they're only giving you that because you have a USC rivalry, which I don't know when that rivalry started. That's unbeknownst to me. I don't know if that's something that was in recent times. Like, I'm not even trying to be funny. I don't know if that's like a classic thing, and it could be, but
It is.
If I remember correctly, back in the day, wasn't Notre Dame a part of a conference? They weren't always independent. I don't think so. But if they were, if that's the only storyline you're trying to keep up, USC hasn't been ranked that high either.
Mm-hmm.
So we would be giving a Notre Dame when's the last time Notre Dame was ranked outside the top 10 to start the season? It's been a little bit.
Probably, yeah, it's probably a few years. Yeah.
Been a little bit. So other than USC and Stanford, no one's driving their seats to go see y'all play Navy. No one's picking up to go see Army and what. Okay, so now with all the other teams reacting, being like, you know what, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good. Right? Do you think this forces them into joining a conference? Or do they just double down in the ignorance and be like, nah, because as a player, do you still get the same looks? You probably still get the NIL, but do you still get the same looks that you would if you go play at Notre Dame versus I could go join the Big Ten, I could go join the SEC, I could go join the ACC, I could go join the Big 12. At least I know I'm going to see people. But if schools are serious about pulling out and not actually playing them, and I don't know if that violates contracts. I don't know. I doubt that it will be immediate, right? It's not going to be something that pops up this upcoming season. But what do those contracts look like 2027 going forward? You know, do you think that shifts how the players decide if they're going to go to that school?
No, because the reason why I say no is because the schools are now able to pick kids directly. So before NIL, okay, can you hear me? My bad.
Yeah, talk with that. It's all good. It's all good. While you figure that out, Jamell, what you got?
So that's an aspect I didn't think about, where the kids going to the school, specifically for football, because, you know, all the other sports is crazy. They're all in the ACC except for the football team. Everyone else with Notre Dame is in the ACC, all the other sports. So if you're going there for football and you're like, so I won't play top tier competition, I won't make a top tier bowl, you know, will you want to go there at that point? So yeah, I agree.
My biggest thing is that the kids can, they're getting paid by the schools directly now. Mm-hmm. So moving forward, it doesn't really matter if you have the NIL money and all this other stuff. Like the school can literally just say, hey, how much do you need? $2 million? Okay, we'll just pay you directly. So I think if we're in the game of money, you can still say, hey, Notre Dame is a place that I want to be. It's a historic school. It's still got the pedigree. He's Marcus Freeman, if he's still there, which I hope he isn't, is a great coach. A lot of, pros will still look at that and be like, you played under a great system and coach. Absolutely. Like, let's do this. But I don't see that as this being a deter and I also see that Notre Dame will dig its heels in and stay exactly where they are because they feel they have the power to do so.
Okay. I don't know where to get this from. When's the last time they won a championship? Let me look it up.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't think it was in the 2000s.
No. I don't think so either.
No.
Yeah, I don't think it was in the,
under Lou Holtz. 1988 under Lou Holtz.
Jeez. Yeah. So their relevancy obviously isn't what you would think would need to be to make this kind of bold move. Like, this is something like if Alabama was like, that's it, arms crossed, I'm not doing this anymore until you guys get this together. That would shake things up a little bit more. But I still feel like Notre Dame they're overstepping, they're overreaching their position, but I still think they're in a pretty decent position to still recruit the players that they need to recruit.
Yeah, Notre Dame has name brand for sure. Everyone knows what it is.
Yeah, they know that gold helmet from anywhere, so that helps.
And does the Notre Dame name weigh any heavier than anybody in the SEC?
Not heavier than anybody in the SEC, no.
Big Ten?
I mean, obviously we're talking about big schools here. We're not talking about the little guys that are at the end of the line. But
if we're looking at SEC and Big Ten, they're only little in comparison to who's in that conference, right? They would still be big compared to like a SWAC, a Mountain West.
Right, but you know what I'm saying, though. Like, we're talking about Georgia, Alabama, like South Carolina. Like, those are the schools that we're comparing it to, but not like the ladder of like Georgia Tech or somebody. Like, we're not doing that.
Like you're bigger than Kentucky. Sure.
Right. And that's what I was just wanting to make a point on. Yeah.
They definitely be at the top of either one of those conferences just based off name brand alone. You know, regardless of their record is, off name brand alone, they'd be at the top. They would mention them with Michigan and Ohio State. They'd mention them with Alabama and Georgia. They'd be at the very top.
Yeah,
I can't see them being mentioned with like Arkansas or Nebraska. You know, even though those used to be big names in the 80s, the 90s, the early 2000s.
Well, because like remember Notre Dame, they were close to being in the Big Ten. They always scheduled our games, and they were always like in the conversation. It was very close ties to the Big Ten, but they never officially joined. So I think Notre Dame is okay being the odd man out.
Okay. Well, while we're still in college, did y'all see this deal that Utah has, University of Utah?
The equity deal?
The equity deal. Yes, sir. Jamell, did you see that?
No, sir.
Utah signed a deal with a private equity firm where they will, along with it's essentially the entire athletic department. So all of their jerseys should have 2 patches from this respective firm, and the firm is paying for it. Now, from my understanding, current NCAA rules, I think you're only allowed to have 1 patch. They're supposed to speak about it on whether they're going to go for more than 1 patch in January. But essentially, they're getting all their sponsorship money. It's not even just the donors and the boosters and with the school. Like they signed a deal to where, you know, money's coming in. And then not too far after that, I want to say UNLV signed their own respective deal as well. And we're seeing the future of where it goes. But I just want to get y'all's thoughts on it. What does that look like for you?
You know, when I used to watch, you ever see a movie Basketball and Idiocracy? So
yes, I've seen Idiocracy. I vaguely remember Basketball. I vaguely remember it.
Basketball is about it's the creators of South Park. It's their movie, live action movie, and they made fun of sports. They talked about teams moving around from city to city, no one ever having like just being loyal to one city. Idiocracy was talking about basically the entire uniform was just patches from advertisers. That's where we're headed to now. These billionaires own teams professionally, but in college, it's still billionaires boosting money to these teams.
Yep.
So, my God, how much more money do you need? You need some little financial company to, here's a couple more million, just put our patch on you. How much more money do you need? You know, it's greed, man. I just like seeing the Chicago Bulls. I don't want to see the Chicago Bulls with a patch from USAA, Navy Fed, Bank of America. I don't want to see all that. I just want to see the bull on them and their number and their name, and that's it. And maybe I'm kind of old with that, and I'm just not catching up with what's going on. But the first time I saw it on the NBA uniforms, a little company patch, I'm like, what are we doing? It's greed, in my opinion. I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
Do you need this to counter the NIL?
Yep.
Or not counter, maybe counter may not be the right word, going tandem with.
My God, they have boosters who are billionaires. I always bring up Oregon because they have more uniforms than I have suits. All right?
Well, yeah, Phil Knight's in the backyard. Like, you can't help that.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying.
That's how you know someone shops at Nike a lot. He references dude like, the homie right there. You know,
I look at how much money a lot of these boosters have. Even for small colleges, their boosters are at least millionaires. They may not be billionaires, but they're millionaires. And it's, in a small college, it's not like these players are looking for these $3 million contracts to come play. You know, not like at Michigan or Notre Dame. So boosters can pay the NIL. They can. They absolutely can. Boosters are the reason why you get a lot of coaches, because the booster is the one funding the coach. It's not the college. It's the boosters. How much more money do you need? Even with the NIL, how much more money do they need?
So we've talked about this before. The boosters have been paying for the program long before NIL ever came around. And that was either in a brown paper bag or in whatever that needs to be done. Y'all saw the interview with the LSU old coach. He said the old thing we used to do was walk through the back door. Now we walk through the front. So it's not as if this isn't common knowledge, right? It's just if you got caught or you didn't. And so now with the NIL, the schools paying the kids directly, we're slowly moving into what's called ownership. This is not going to be a school that's ran privately by the state all the time. This is going to be a school owned by boosters. Now they don't have to hide anymore. They can be like, I've been paying for this. All of this is mine. All of this has been mine. And now you get to see me be front page with it, with my picture, and I get to smile with the kids next to me. Like this is ownership that we're watching and seeing. Yeah, it sucks because we're moving away from traditional basketball and football and college and all that, because now it's not about, hey, be happy that you just have a scholarship or pay your way and earn your way and all this other stuff. Now kids are coming in entitled. Kids are coming in with that sense of, hey, you owe me my money. And I hope they go get every dollar. Because for everybody else that had to go through the system and struggle and then find a job and do the whole, normalcy, that part sucks for most people. But these kids get a leg up on life. I love that for them. However, this is turning into professional sports.
Yes, it is. and I actually hate the term owners, especially when specifically basketball and football, the majority of your players are black.
Yeah,
I
for
hate
sure.
the term owners. I really
Yeah. But you get what I'm saying. Like I get that. Yeah.
Do you? Okay. It's only you. I don't want to say only. That's disrespectful. It is Utah, University of Utah. It is UNLV. They're not the biggest of schools, but we do see where this is going. Do you think that there's a possibility these types of deals will convince a player to stay as opposed to keep jumping in the transfer portal, chasing contracts? Like
Nope.
if I know Billy Bob in the booster club is coming through the front door and I got which one did you say? USA, right? They over here. Here's 50 mil. 50 mil Jamell. You don't have to go track this down and hope that the school itself can pay you.
Right. That's fine. That's fine. But like you and I both know, there are teams that have there are players who have left teams in professional sports to go chase a bag elsewhere. You're asking an 18-year-old kid, a 19-year-old kid, hey, have some faith in us. Trust us. We're going to take care of you. Whenever somebody across the way is going, hey, yo, I got a couple more mil. And he's just supposed to ignore that, or she's supposed to just ignore that. I would hope that this whole integrity of college sports thing is gone. Like let's just call a spade a spade. This is a business. It's always been a business. Now it's really a business. So if I'm looking at my son or daughter or whatever, and they're telling me, hey, Dad, I've got this scholarship for $2 million. I'm playing this year. And then he comes to me the next year and says, hey, Dad, I've got a scholarship to play for $4 million, but I have to go to this school. My advice is not going to be, hey, son, just stick to the school. You made a commitment and all that other. What? It's the same way if somebody was to offer you a job right now for double what you're making and you just get to dip. You're dipping. It's not guaranteed the next year. So if you have the opportunity, take it. Young man, young woman, take it. This is helping your future. This is paving the way for your future family. Go get your bread.
Jamell, you look like you got pushback.
I don't. Everything he said makes me sad. everything he said. He's right. It still makes me sad though.
Yeah. Okay, fair. Well, let's go to the. We're going to stick with college. How you feel about old buddy not winning the Heisman?
You talking about Pavia?
I didn't know how to pronounce his name, so I wasn't.
Yeah, I don't know if it's 100% accurate either, but
You are
I
correct.
know it's Diego. Yeah.
How do you say it, Pavia?
Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah.
You remember that kids show, Go Diego Go?
Yeah.
One of his parents should have been like, "No, Diego, no."
Yeah.
I told this dude, stop. But I look at his age. Was he 20, 21? You make dumb decisions.
Yeah.
That's why social media is horrible for college kids. It's horrible. And every team should have an advisor attached to each person on that team.
PR.
That is your job. You're employing more people.
Yeah.
And they're to tell you, no, don't do that. That is a bad idea. And if you do it anyway, their job is to run to the coach and be like, you know what he did? You got to get ahead of this. Like, dude, no one wins. There's only one Heisman a year.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people who probably deserved it over other people in the past, but they didn't badmouth it. And now they're talking about how will this affect his draft because they see immaturity in college. Yeah, you're talented, but as a quarterback, you're the leader of a team. So how will this affect his draft? So, yeah, he made a mistake. He made a boo-boo. No, Diego, no.
I'm with you. I think at minimum, for major events like this, there should be coaching. There should be like someone at that university is going through a communications major, a journalism major, something along those lines, so where you can practice being media ready, right? And it's insane because he had such a backing as the underdog. He was gritting it out. You got them. What is this? This been their best season in how long? Now, it's one thing to make the comments. It's another thing to go to the club and buy a sign that then proceeds to say, fuck the Heisman. Like there was somebody that should have grabbed you and be like, my guy. Like, who's your entourage?
Yes.
Probably
Probably hyping it up.
Because it's one of those things is, okay, I don't want to say you flew too close to the sun. We've let people like Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield get away with these exact same things. Simultaneously, you are neither Johnny Manziel or Baker Mayfield as far as when it came to play. Like, you played in a very tough conference. You won some games that we are very surprised that you won, right? You going from a shining star to Jim Tan Laundry, Jersey Shore-esque that quickly. Like, how the mighty have fallen, man. Like that wasn't the move. They are killing him on social media. They didn't even know who he was in a lot of the pockets of social media. And now they are flaming the suit, that little brush that he did.
Turtleneck, the whole nine.
Can he recover? He apologized.
I'll say yes. And the reason why I say yes is because, especially when his next step is the pros, right? It'll be the handful of coaches that are like, how dare he open his mouth and say something like that? That's egregious. I can't stand that player. And then there's the rest of the ones that's like, that's the dog I want. That's the one that I want, who believes in himself, who thinks he's the man, who wants to go out there and prove it. He proves it on the field. He's got his team behind him. His teammates ain't talking trash on him, right? That's where you want to look. You want to see, okay, I see what the noise is, but like, who are the people that are in the locker room with him who have something to say about him? Every last one of them are praising him. So if that's where the consensus is, you're pretty much okay with him. Just kind of, Jamell said it earlier. He's 21. He's doing some stupid stuff, but like, it is what it is.
From what you've seen, and partly this is because of Johnny Manziel and Baker Mayfield. From what you've seen, do you think he's more talented than Shedeur Sanders?
No.
So Shedeur slid to the 5th round, and he's more talented. And we didn't hear any of this mess from him. I mean, he had the party stuff, but we didn't hear any of this mess from him. So
I bust out my AP. I stay shining. I mean, you got You
Okay, wait.
you got a few things. Let him cook. My bad. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, please.
Is that the same as fuck the voters?
No,
might
but
be worse.
but I'm saying he did have like a path in front of him that he did have to kind of hurdle a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He was with his pops. His pops is going to talk about him, in the brightest light ever every time. There was a lot of hate against Dion that Shador had to then handle. You brought up the story the last time we talked about this, about the beef that goes back in the day. So like there could be several things that he had to jump over that weren't fair to Shador. We all know his treatment was not fair.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Diego Pavia might slide a little. I think he might slide.
Where was he before this in the rankings of QBs coming out into the draft?
He might have been top 10.
In the draft? That doesn't say a lot, because you could be top 10 technically and still be drafted in the 4th round.
True. That's why I said top 10 quarterback. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter where he falls in that sense to me. I think he's top 10 quarterback coming out of this year. I mean, the whole consensus was the LSU quarterback was going to be Heisman, and he'd be like the number 1 quarterback coming out of the league, and he got benched. So there's a lot of shakeup that's happening. Now, there's some execs that'll look at the LSU quarterback and still be like, nope, he's my guy. I don't know what they did or what mojo they got over him, but I still love him. There might be some of that. Caleb Williams, when he got drafted number 1, he didn't have the greatest season coming out, but the year before he was balling. So you know what I'm saying? Like, not to say they're the same player. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying there are things that happen that kind of shift the way the execs think every year.
And sometimes you can look at a player, even if they have a bad team or bad stats, you can just look at a player and say, I can fix that. His throwing motion, I can fix that. Diego Pavia, he was projected to go in the 4th through the 7th round. So it's not like he was an early draft pick, or possibly an undrafted free agent from what I'm reading. His
way.
size works against him. He's only 6 foot. His age, he's already 24. I didn't know he was that old. Dude is 24 years old. And now they're talking about his recent reaction to not winning the Heisman reportedly caused some concern among scouts, potentially lowering his draft stock further.
What's further than not being drafted? My God.
Practice squad.
HEB baggers. Nothing against HEB baggers. I love HEB. I hang out there every Friday night.
CFL.
Right.
UFL if it's still around.
Yeah.
Okay. That's tough. Because is he okay? He's 24. Is he a higher pick than Carson? What's old buddy? Miami starting QB?
Carson Beck.
Yeah.
You know,
Carson got size.
He does.
He's got the size.
No, I can't say he's higher than Carson Beck. Carson Beck also has a ring.
Yes. Okay. Fair.
Your team is Georgia that he won it with, but still. Can't teach size.
Fair enough. Okay. Well, then, quick rundown. Bowl games start this week. Playoffs start this week. I only want to touch on the playoffs. I don't think unless y'all got Old Dominion in South Florida on in the staff.
No, we do not.
Bowl in the back.
South Florida all day. Represent.
No, we
are they the Bulls? Is that what they're called?
They're the Bulls, yes.
Yeah, South Florida all day, baby. Woo!
You're not watching the Staff DNA Cure Bowl?
The what?
That's what it's called. The Staff DNA Cure Bowl.
No, I'm not watching the Gotta Sit for Leprie's Holiday Bowl either. No. None of those lower bowls.
Do better.
So let's just get straight to it. All right. How y'all calling it? We got our first set of games this weekend. I know we gave some roundabout predictions, but now it's the week of, man. We got James Madison in Oregon, Alabama, Oklahoma, Tulane, Ole Miss, Miami, Texas A&M.
I mean, it hasn't changed from my prediction. I'm not shifting at all. I mean, James Madison, thank you for taking care of business and being where you need to be, but we're not doing this. Where are you shifting to?
I am going heavy on the
I feel-
upsets. I think Bama's going to be Oklahoma. I think Miami's going to be A&M. Here's the problem with Ole Miss. People don't realize just how important your head coach really is. And for them to lose their
He was
head
a play
coach,
caller. Yeah.
yes. Even though I think he sent his offensive coordinator back to Ole Miss to coach them this game, but that dude's never been a head coach. And
That was so nice of him.
Yeah, because we
Right.
hear it all the time. That guy's a career coordinator. So we don't know if he's head coaching material. And they're playing Tulane. And I know, we're laughing and joke about Tulane, but I really think it's going to be a close game. I think it is.
Yeah.
I think Ole Miss might pull it out, but I think it's going to be close. Hey, if it's not close, Ray, can you erase that part, please? I don't like Oregon because I don't like their head coach, but they are going to smoke James Madison, unfortunately for them. That's just how I see it. That's how I see it.
Is Oklahoma beating or Oklahoma losing to Alabama an upset?
No.
I don't think so.
That might be the most evenly matched game out of this entire lineup because they've already seen each other.
They've seen each other. OU won that one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like giving somebody a second chance to play you in football. Like NFL is different because you play multiple divisional games.
Right.
College, it's kind of it's the same as when you remember when Deontay Wilder put Tyson Fury on the mat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then he rose again, and now I've seen what you can do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I'm not threatened anymore. I just know I need to watch out for this right here.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Alabama has that gumshoe. Like, I'd be more scared if Saban was still the coach. But I also am not confident in Oklahoma. Oklahoma is just they're one of those teams that kind of got there, and you didn't question it. It was just oh yeah, y'all ranked, yeah. And then you went back to watching Georgia, Alabama, heck, man, you were watching UT. You're looking at the Oregons. You looking. So it was almost as if Oklahoma ended up here because other teams aren't.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really it. With that being said,
Yep.
I know I said A&M. I did. It's on record. I said A&M. I don't like the feeling anymore of. I feel like Miami wants to go in there and prove Texas wrong by beating A&M. Like, we're supposed to be here because your coach came out here talking about we're not running slants at the end of the game to try to run up the score and whatnot. And Carson Beck is going to have that one game. I think that's the difficulty. Carson Beck is either going to give you a great game, and if he does, that means the next one he can throw in 5 picks.
Mm-hmm.
We could go ahead and call it.
Mm-hmm.
I might pivot on that one, but realistically, I do have Oklahoma beating Alabama, and I know I said Alabama earlier.
Mm-hmm.
You sticking with yours, Abe? You locked in?
Oh yeah, I'm locked in. Oklahoma's handling Alabama. They've already showed it. I got my faith in them. James Madison, again, thank you for coming to the party, but like, let's be so for real right now. Like, it is what it is. I honestly wish you could have played Tulane. If them and like Tulane could have played each other, that would have been a game. That would have at least been something entertaining
That nobody
to watch.
That nobody watched.
It's football. It's
nobody
end of the
watched.
year. You probably could have caught me watching like the third or fourth quarter. But
that game would have been 11 a.m. like Miami and Texas A&M is, and that would have been the go get the groceries for the games later game.
Right.
Nobody is
run my
watching
errands
game
while this is on. Yeah. Maybe check my
But
phone.
Man, if I'm Oregon, I'm mad that I'm playing at 6:30. We could have got this out the way.
Yeah, this could have been a very early game.
Yeah, let's play at 11. Let's get it out the way.
It's not their fault. They already had this scheduled, but yeah, I'm keeping A&M over Miami. I have A&M losing to Ohio State. I have Georgia beating Ole Miss, and I have Georgia beating Ohio State. And yeah, Indiana I feel is going to beat OU. Texas Tech is going to lose to Oregon, but I have Indiana beating Oregon.
Well,
okay.
Every time y'all disagree with me, just remember, I'm right. You're wrong. Always remember that.
You know, I forgot
the
to
fact
mention
that you have that
hat
ready
last time.
At all times.
I forgot to mention it last time, but a lot more people supported us on the receiver debate that we had than you want to admit. So I don't know. We didn't agree with you on where you was ranking all
You
these
talking
people.
about AJ Brown and Puka Nacua?
Yes. Now, some people argue Puka, but there was other receivers you said that you were well out of pocket.
Well,
I
did a poll on my TikTok, and more people agreed with you, but
we're just hearing about this now.
Lotto.
Wow, we're just hearing about this now. That's interesting.
Because I mean, why would I call out crazy? I don't want to promote crazy. Right? That doesn't make sense to me. Just because y'all ain't had y'all Viagra shots, you're gonna talk about Puka. I can't believe you. You need to get on with me. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh man.
Oh, say less, man. Well, we gonna slide straight into. We're gonna continue football. Go straight into the NFL, man. NFL. I'm gonna start here. It's gonna be a quick hitter. Y'all laughed at me when I said Tua is the same as Kyler Murray. You laughed at me. You looked me in my eyes and told me I was out of pocket. And when I say you, it wasn't you, Jamell. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm talking to your fellow Michigan brother right there. Guess who's playing Call of Duty with Kyler as we speak? Guess who's playing full crash out?
I never said he was the savior of football, all right? I just thought the comparison was a little wild. It is what it is.
Was it wild?
I thought it was okay. So you know how you are. It came out, and I was like, "Come on, man. Let's not dig the grave while he's still hurt." Yeah. It's time to give up on the Tua Miami thing. It's over.
Yeah. They said someone had tweeted after this game that we just watched. I bet you Tua would go over there and be like, good game going over to Jalen Ramsey. And then they got him on photo. Like, quote tweeted, see, I told you he over here trying to shake Jalen. Bro.
He looking for a job next year, and Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be around. He trying to do whatever it takes.
He can't play in Pittsburgh.
Cold weather. He is not a cold weather quarterback.
And he don't got the heart.
Hey, he's out here kissing butt with everybody. He's trying to get a job anywhere. It don't matter. Back up to Mason Rudolph, whatever it takes. You okay?
Back up to Mason Rudolph. Saying he's Kyler is out of pocket.
But Russell Wilson, like Abe is right. He can go anywhere. He's getting $55 million. He can go anywhere.
Do you cut him and take the hard cap and then just draft somebody?
Trade him.
Who is accepting that trade? You can't trade away Kirk Cousins, but you want to trade away Tua?
Kirk Cousins and Tua, while I understand. I understand what you're saying.
Kirk doing better than Tua right now.
Tua's already a crash out, and you can throw him in there for games because he has a higher chance of success than Kirk. Kirk has had a better offense last year and this year. Couldn't make it work. Similar offenses. You healthy Tyreek, Jalen Waddle, Devin Achane. All right. Drake London, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robinson.
I'm not saying that they're not on great teams.
I've seen Tua put up better numbers.
I got you. And because of the talent around him, we've seen him put up better numbers. But I'm just saying we've seen him throw up enough gang signs on the ground.
Minnesota needs a QB right now.
He
could throw gang signs in Minnesota.
He can't throw up gang signs in Minnesota. It's bad enough out there as it is. No, it's bad enough as it is. Having Tua in Minnesota just sounds wrong. Having Tua outside of anything, like you said, warm weather just sounds wrong. So putting him.
It's better than 9. It's better than 9. It's better.
Okay. Hang on. It's better than 9 in a sense that 9 hasn't had enough time to put it on the field yet. This is still his first year. I'm just saying I don't throw away people on 1 year. I'm sorry, I just don't. Tua is a accumulation of years that we're watching him throw up gang signs and just get annihilated in the game and then come back to the press conference and be like, yeah, I feel healthy. You do?
Okay, there's
Are
a
you
factor.
sure?
There's a factor. He's not healthy. I don't disagree with you, but
Right.
y'all are saying he can't play in cold weather. You know where you don't have to worry about that? A dome.
In a dome. I know. I know. But he still got to go to them other teams who don't have a dome in that
he's going to be a
conference.
loser anyways. But
So
Detroit
why
has a
go
dome.
get him?
Detroit has a dome. Minnesota has a dome.
No, we don't need him.
And then he plays Green Bay in December.
Right.
He plays
Or
Chicago
Cleveland.
in Chicago in December.
But that's
every
at
year.
least 2 games he doesn't have to do this year. He has to play New England and he has to play Buffalo in the cold. I took away 2 games for
that's 2 games instead of 14.
Not all 14.
Yo.
You get
a cool 8. A cool 8.
Vegas
As soon
needs a
as you
QB.
hit November, it's a wrap.
Vegas needs a QB.
Yeah, you have a point. They do. You're right.
And it should have been Shador, and they still need to make that trade to make it happen. But
Cleveland can't. If Cleveland lets this go, Cleveland can't face that type of 0-16 would look better than trading Shador after the media blunder that you've had of this season. I'm sorry. Cleveland just can't do that because other than that, you got nothing else to go watch them
they
for.
can't, or are they going to be Cleveland and just do it anyway? I'm just saying, I hear what you're saying, but like they have been so terrible in their decision making. Would we really be surprised if they did another one? Like, what if they took this pick to go get another quarterback this year? What if they sent Shador somewhere else and said, you know what, we just want to wash our hands of this and then trade for a pick so they can go grab a quarterback coming out of the draft now? Like, that's something Cleveland would do.
It is, but this is the first time I think in our recent memory we've seen an organization try so hard to put someone down. You can't just cut ties now. It's like you dedicated too much. You just got to watch the shit burn. If you're wrong, but you still have Shador. You can't give up. Like you know
where Tua could go? New Orleans.
You don't like what they currently have?
I do not. They don't like what they currently have. All right. Whenever you use
David don't like what they currently have. He was just talking trash.
You know, what's that old saying? If you have 2 quarterbacks, you don't have one.
Yep.
They started 1 quarterback at the beginning of the season. Now they have the other quarterback at the end of the season. Just put 2 in a dome. Every now and then, he'll have to go outside, and play with the other kids in the snow. But put him in a dome.
Question.
As fans, real quick, can we vote for Tua to have to wear one of them hard shell caps?
Yes, absolutely.
I think that should be a rule for sure. 2,
the biggest one they can find too.
Yeah, he should wear one for his helmet size and then the next size up to go over that one.
And can they put shoulder pads over his head like earmuffs?
He needs that Urlacher like little thing in the back by his neck, so that way, like,
he should look like an NFL Blitz character.
Yeah.
Like when you can customize the head size, he should look like the NFL Blitz, just a mega. Yes. Is he better than Bryce Young? Because I feel like Carolina's in the market for a QB.
Ooh,
after this year? This year, he's been playing extremely well. He's still a roller coaster, but he's had more ups and downs this year. I think the Panthers. I hate saying this because I don't want to jinx them, but it looks like they're starting to turn that corner a little bit. The offense looks a little bit better. He has a go-to receiver in McMillan. The defense looks a lot better. I mean, they did shut out Atlanta 31-0. I'm just throwing it out there.
They did. That's a fact.
Yeah, the Atlanta fuck-ups. I mean, it happens, And who saw that coming from Carolina? But they've been consistent about it. I don't really think they've been blown out much this year either.
No.
Mm-mm.
They haven't.
It's been tough games. It's been tough games playing Carolina. I don't know. I think Carolina is in a position where they are invested in Bryce. The same way you said Cleveland should be invested in Shador. I think that's how Carolina is, with more love and admiration, but they are invested into Bryce Young.
Would you trade Kyler for Tua?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Who does that help? Who does that help?
It helps Kyler.
They actively started Jacoby Brissett.
That's about it.
Yeah.
They actively started Jacoby Brissett over Kyler.
They shut him down for the rest of the season. Yeah.
They shut him down. Yes.
Mhm.
Marvin Harrison Jr. still hasn't thrived because he hasn't had a consistent QB.
Don't I know it?
Is that the reason why? Not a consistent QB? Is that the reason why?
I want to say partially yes, because McBride is having a second year of greatness, man. McBride has been
Wilson?
He's placed like it's like, oh, okay, Travis Kelce's not as good anymore, but don't worry, we got another tight end that's putting up those numbers. Brock Bowers would be doing the same if Vegas wasn't so bad, right? So I don't know.
No, Kyler Murray though. You're not actually defending him. You're putting him down more.
That was the
McBride
point.
having
I wasn't high on him.
Oh, I'm about to say, because Michael Wilson taking off. Michael Wilson's been there. Kyler just couldn't unlock him.
We were talking about Marvin Harrison.
Yeah, Marvin Harrison.
Even Marvin Harrison Jr. He was there with Kyler last year. They never formed a bond. They couldn't connect.
Right. And we're saying the problem is Kyler.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm agreeing with you.
Okay,
Oh,
we're
well,
all in agreement. We're all in agreement. He's so used to us not agreeing. He's like, I don't know what this territory is.
I'm like, what are you talking about? We're in agreement
Hey,
here.
what's that saying? Knowledge is fast, but you are faster.
Yeah.
Is that it's trying to catch you? But I'm knowledge. That's me. I'm knowledge.
I got you.
My name from the mailman to just knowledge. All right.
That's bold, but all right. Yeah.
So when I'm not here, you can be like, we need knowledge. And it means two things. It's a double entendre. You're welcome.
Man. Okay. Well, let's touch on it really fast, man. We got two more all-stars that went out. Knees no longer the same. Which one you want to tag first? You want to go offense? You want to go defense?
Go offense.
Pat Mahomes.
It just sucks.
I was right, but I wasn't right in the way I wanted to be right. I don't wish injury upon nobody. I did tell y'all the Chiefs weren't making the playoffs, but I didn't.
Nobody wanted that.
At the same time, it seems like it was only a matter of time because he's been limping on an ankle, a bad ankle, and it's been going on for at least 2 years. He's been trudging along, and y'all know how that works. Is like eventually something has to give. So if you put 20 pounds of duct tape on the bad ankle, then the next available joint, and mind you, it was a hit. He was tackled. It looked awkward, but it looked like a late hit.
The ball was gone. He had taken like 2 steps after he threw the ball. It looked like a late hit.
Yeah, the season that the Chiefs aren't getting all the ref calls, oddly enough, he gets hurt. And somewhere the script writers are looking at the money line for next year, and we're going to see a different tone. I'm sure about that. We're going to see a different tone. But what does that look like? How does that shape the landscape? We already know the Chiefs are out of the playoffs. We can address that. But even now, I saw a notification. They're trying to say, well, they're optimistic that Pat will be back week 1. And in my head, it's like, why are we forcing things? He hasn't even started PT yet. What are we doing, man? Like we're 3 days in. It just happened 3 days ago, and you talking about when he gonna be back, man. Relax. Relax.
Well, pro sports, you can't relax. Like, look at Jason Tatum. It used to be an injury like that, you were gone the entire next season. Now they're talking about he might be back next month. Jason Tatum. So you kind of want to rush them back. You don't want to rush them back, but you want them back as soon as possible, so that way you can fight for another championship.
Modern medicine has gotten better. They know how to rehab players better. These athletes, professional athletes, have the best care in the world. So it's not as if me and you catch an ACL or something, right? We're out because we don't have the job that requires us to have to be at this type of level, right? They have the medicine, they have the doctors, they have everything that they need. So to see Pat week 1, I don't think would be smart. I think you need to let him get halfway through the season, maybe. I'm not one of those people that's like rest him the whole next season. That's ODing it, in my opinion. But I feel like you let him come back gradually to start the year, and then you throw him to the wolves. I mean, it's football. It's a business. Get him in there.
I think there is a need and a want, because obviously if Pat doesn't start the season, the Chiefs already look different. There's not really many. There's not any QB that you could put back there that is going to make you feel as confident as you do when Pat Mahomes is running around.
Right.
I also am on the side of not rushing back because there is a stark difference between your example, Jamell, Jason Tatum, and Pat Mahomes. People like Pat Mahomes. Jason Tatum's still trying to clean up a narrative and get credit that he feels like he deserves. It may not be the same. And it's also insanity that you tear your Achilles. It's been 6 months on the basketball court.
Like
completely different conversation. Right? Like for an ACL, a lot easier recovery. Sure. At this point of it being mid-December, you get a good 8-9 months, which is the regular time for us regular people. That's around the same time frame of when you work through an ACL injury anyways, right? So then you got the super medicine. You might we might see him just randomly post pictures in Germany. we know how that goes. You head overseas, get a little needle 1-2 over there, and then you come back like you had a second knee, right? So it's dope that you could do that. You're also sitting on 3 rings, bro. You don't have to rush at all. The window isn't closed. You're not Joe Burrow. Like Joe Burrow rushing back, we talked about that. You're trying to come back to a losing team. We haven't seen you not be injured for a while. You're not trying to chase the ring like Lamar. If Josh went down, I think even for Josh, they'd be like, yeah, man, is that the end of an era? We'd be having those talks. Pat can retire right now. Right now, and be still one of the most successful QBs of all time. True. I don't think you have to rush. Now, on the other side, Michael Parsons, man. Do y'all think Jerry Jones wished this? Do you think he found his voodoo warriors up there in Wisconsin? Right? Y'all think he texted someone like mix it in the cheese? You know? I hated this man, man.
I told you I was mad because Michael Parsons, I finally got to cheer for him. I finally got to be like, you're not in the Cowboys uniform, so I can at least sideline cheer for you because you're a great player. Yeah, I think the voodoo doll came out. Okay. I think the voodoo doll came out and he was poking that bad boy like, I can't lose and you win. Like this not how this works. I gave you the money and you left like, no, I don't want any parts of this. So yeah, I think so.
So I don't think Jerry Jones had a voodoo doll because I had the voodoo doll. All right. Go Bears. All right. So with that being said, I hate seeing someone get injured. I hate it. I've had 7 surgeries. I tore both my patella tendons in both of my knees. 7 surgeries. So I hate seeing someone get injured. I know how difficult it is to rehab. Mind you, I had military rehab. He has top-notch rehab, but it's still difficult on your body, regardless of who you are. So I don't wish that on anyone. I was just stabbing his ankle, like let him get a high ankle sprain. That's what I was hoping for. Something was brought up on ESPN the other day, how he is the quarterback of their defense. And they were talking about how he is just as important as a quarterback on other teams. Mahomes, far more important. But every quarterback is not Mahomes. So that defense got better with him there. And it was already a good defense. It got better. This has really affected Green Bay. And I'm curious to see how they're going to play. They play Chicago this Saturday. So I'm curious to see how their defense is going to be without him. But when you're taking out a dude like him, it's not even the sacks that he gets. It's the almost sacks. It's the pressure forcing the quarterback who thinks, all right, I got 2.5, 3 seconds. No, I got a second to get rid of this ball. It goes from I can get a deep pass to we just got to slant the entire way up the field because I can't rest back there. I'm not comfortable. So
the pressure.
It's a huge impact. Yeah, his pressure is a huge impact. So yeah, I think it hurts him really bad. But it was me with the voodoo doll. I'll be honest.
Fair enough.
Don't make me
I'm
use
surprised because at least you honest, because Abe over here, like, man, I could cheer for him. He's like, that's the ops. That's crazy. I would never give that credit to a Saints team player. Like, I don't want you to be hurt, but I'm not going to act like it's a bad look for the squad. I could possibly argue.
I was in the same situation you were in with Pat. Like, I don't want it to be like this, but like.
Speaking of the ops, hey Jamell, man. So I sent the homie Abe a text. We have in between the two households, we have 4 separate teams that we're cheering for, and the Lions, fresh off of a not so great game, right? It was a good game, but they lost. So I was like, hey man, how about we all just do a little FaceTime, pour one up for each of our respective squads, starting the playoffs on the couch together. Why didn't he text me back, dog? Why didn't he text me back, Jamell? Why didn't he text me back, man? What I do?
We had this conversation off screen, man. I don't know why we gotta do this now. Man.
I'm accepting of the fact that you saw me talk about the Falcons, but meanwhile, Ev did him a solid by saying, I'm gonna let Abe breathe today. I'm not gonna let him worry about it. It was a little heavy. The percentages dropped. He didn't text me back, Jamell. I thought we were boys. Can you explain this as a fellow Michigan Blue? Is that how it goes?
He can't talk. He can't talk for me because he's a Chicago Bears fan. He can't talk for me.
I was about to defend you, brother.
Yeah,
I was going to defend you.
I could feel that. I could feel a knife just getting sharp. That's all it was.
My guy. So, all due respect to Mr. the Elder Woodfork, I can't stand when he texts me because it's never anything positive. It's always something negative. Always. And he don't even like the team that's playing against my team.
Right. But you got something to say. Right.
You get the junior. I get the more experienced one. So I feel your pain, Abe. But just like I said last week, fuck Detroit. All right? Go Bears.
See?
Okay? I have to end on that. Fuck Green Bay even harder because I hate them that much more.
Wow.
All right. I only hate Detroit because they're winning now. I'm not used to this. You can't be used to it. They're not used to this.
You can't be used to it.
But Green Bay, they have been smashing Chicago.
I know you're not talking about can't be used to this. When's the last time your team was relevant? Jay Cutler? Huh? Like, do we need to go back to this for you? All right.
Is that what you want?
Let me enjoy my team while they're doing their thing. Because me and you, we haven't had success in quite some time.
What's this we shit, sir? Are you speaking French?
No, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
How many championships does your team have?
When's the last time Chicago was relevant?
This year? Duh.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
What are we talking about? Look at the standings, my guy.
I said,
what are we talking about?
The last time. Okay? Nobody told you to go pull up some Mike Ditka stats. I said, when was the last time you...
What about Dave Wannstedt, my guy? What about Lovie Smith? What are we talking? We went to a Super Bowl.
Lovie Smith?
We went to a Super Bowl in 2006. When was the last time you went to a Super Bowl? How about 2000 never? How about that? Go Bears. I hate doing that to you. You hurt my feelings, Abe. I feel betrayed by you.
And you didn't hurt mine? All that I got your back stuff was just
I did
right here, right behind it, just the whole time.
Hey, I'm gonna start calling you Brutus because I feel like you stabbing me.
I'm
and the Elder
you Uncle Ruckus because this is some bull. Okay,
Uncle Ruckus is wild. Oh man, it's about time, man. We finally got that out the way, man. It was only a matter of time. The Falcons didn't have to see either one of y'all this season, so I'm all right. And we're perpetual losers. See, I've embraced it. We're perpetual losers, man. Now, last but not least, at least for the NFL side, man, y'all was in the group chat with me. I was saying, man, Josh Allen having a rough game. And then, Brother Rose, who just conveniently didn't show up today, talking about, they would pack him in. And then all of a sudden, the Bills came back on the Patriots, and you didn't see him text Nemo about the game. Next thing you know, Rose telling us how Bud Crawford's retiring. But I'm just saying.
You just changed the subject completely.
Yeah.
Just forget that they did 21 unanswered. Are the Bills coming into form, or was it just one of those games where, hey, the Patriots is just like, you just lost this one?
A lot of us still think of the Patriots as Tom Brady's Patriots. It is not. This is a young team. Yeah, it's a young team, and they let their foot off the gas. And young teams do that. We get a big lead, and we just kind of, we coasted now, baby. High fives all around, and they shouldn't have. Josh Allen said, all right, I got something for you. And he gave it to him over and over and over. He gave it to him like he gave it to Haley Steinfeld.
I know
like he gave it to Haley Steinfeld. She's pregnant. Congratulations. That's a congratulations, a shout out. It's not bad. Don't pick your heads up, gentlemen. What are we doing?
Oh, no.
All right. So New England caught back, but I think New England is a better team than Buffalo. I do think that. And I think if they played again, New England would smash them in Buffalo or New England.
Because New England won the first game.
Mm-hmm. They did.
Yeah.
Because that was Stephon Diggs' first return to Buffalo. So, yeah, New England won the first game.
Yes, sir.
So playoff picture. Danny Dimes down. Jacksonville's pulling off some wins. The Texans looking all right. Where y'all standing?
I mean, teams on the bubble, it's a lot of teams on the bubble, which is hilarious because normally it's like one or two teams. Now these divisions have 4 teams on the bubble because all can go wrong and they can still get in. Realistically, though, there's going to be a few teams that don't deserve to get in that are going to get in. I'm not going to say who they are. But it's tough. Both divisions are very, I'm looking at the picture right now and I'm trying to make that decision of like who would I kick out, who would I keep, all that. Right now you've got the Colts on the bubble with the Ravens. We talked about this. If the Ravens handled their business the way they're supposed to, they still have a shot to make the playoffs. The Colts, I feel like, are unfortunately going to fall out. And we talked about them being one of the best teams of this year. But with everything that has continually gone wrong for them, I feel bad for Jonathan Taylor. I feel bad for like Sauce Gardner getting hurt. I feel bad for Michael Pittman. Like all the guys that put in like the real work to get this team to where they need to be. And, you know, Daniel Jones going down, that's the captain of the ship. This is going down with them.
Was Daniel Jones the captain? Are you admitting it?
Yeah. He was the captain of the ship this year because you can't have this much turmoil go down and be like, oh, it wasn't Daniel. Who else was it then?
Jonathan Taylor.
he was having an MVP season.
He was.
Jonathan
He
Taylor.
was. But it was also because Daniel Jones was peeling that ball off. So you had to worry about the wide receivers while giving Jonathan Taylor a chance to get free. One got to occur for the other. Just saying.
So we changing tones now because when it was Saquon Barkley doing the same thing with Daniel Jones, you know, I'm just saying, you two weren't as high.
We're not going to sit here and compare Daniel Jones with the New York offensive line and then Daniel Jones with the Indianapolis Colts offensive line, are we?
I'm just.
There
is
a thing called protection, and he got it this year. So I'm just saying we're not going to act like he didn't actually get some help.
You was a non-believer just about 5-6 weeks ago. That's all I'm saying. Now he's the
about
driving
Daniel
force.
Jones?
It just sounds different. It just sounds different.
No. Let's be 100% clear. Let's keep it clean. Let's keep it clear. I'm not a believer. I don't think he was like the MVP of this season. But I mean, if you're looking at what they're missing right now is a quarterback to put the ball in the pocket. So yeah, he was the captain of the ship right now.
So Phillip Rivers didn't almost win that game.
Phillip Rivers won 3 quarters out of 4.
Almost
didn't get it done. I don't
it wasn't his fault that it wasn't done. Though it was the defense.
Consolation prizes. I'm sorry. I'm going for the big trophy. No consolation prizes here, sir. Sorry. The other division, obviously, NFC. We got Lions, Panthers, Cowboys. I can't wait for the Cowboys to be out of the playoff picture. Actually, I want them to get all the way up until the last
they're not
game
in
of
the
this
playoff picture.
They're on the bubble.
Mm-hmm.
They're on the bubble, but I mean, like we not serious about them.
But I'm saying they're in that conversation still. What I'm saying is I wanted to get to the last game of the season. And Cowboys fans, I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me good. Okay. I wanted to get to the last game of the season. I want that Stephen A effect. I want you to feel like you've got some hope. And then I want you to just get annihilated. And that's it. Done. You know what? Make the playoffs. Get kicked out in the first round. I don't care. But let's just wrap it up, okay? No one wants to hear about it. No one wants to talk about it. It's irrelevant. Get out of here. But obviously, in my opinion, the Lions have the best chance to lose it. We have the better record. We have the better team. We should be in the playoffs. How it's going to shake out, shoulda, coulda, woulda, doesn't get it done. So we have to handle our business on our side and then hope they don't.
We have 3 weeks left, right?
Where we at? 9, 4, 1, 13. Yeah.
Okay. Dallas has lost to Detroit. They tied Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
They lost to Chicago.
Represent, baby.
They went 1-1 with Philly. So their entire hope, at least right now, is Philly just crashes out the rest of the season. Because that's what because they're 10th, right?
Mm-hmm.
So in comparison, in the AFC, the 10th seed is already eliminated. They're 9 and above, with Baltimore hanging on at number 9.
Okay.
Right? Over here, Dallas is only alive because Philly hasn't closed out games previously.
Correct.
The Detroit back and forth being in the mix, the NFC North essentially, outside of the Vikings, is what's the rest of the playoff picture.
Mm-hmm.
That's the most filled division other than the NFC West, and the NFC West has the NFC North by record overall.
Yes.
The only other double-digit win team in the NFC North is the Chicago Bears. So essentially, the Cowboys, I mean, without pulling up the exact numbers, are null and void unless almost every team crashes out. Like every team has to crash out.
Yeah.
Mainly, more so Detroit, because, well, maybe
everything has to go wrong
for it to go right for them.
Yeah.
They could slide the Panthers. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I completely lied. The Panthers could fumble the bag and mess around and let them in. But if I remember correctly, didn't they play the Cowboys?
I don't know.
Didn't the Panthers play the Cowboys? They did, and they won. So they have the game up on them, bro. So they could tie out the Panthers.
They have the tiebreaker.
They got the tiebreaker. They beat them in Dallas.
And not to mention, Dallas has that stupid tie with the Packers this year. So that's
another game that should have been lost. So I don't think that's the concern. I really think. Oh, let me ask y'all this: who are the teams being eliminated? There's one pending in the AFC, and there's 2 that are going to be needed in the NFC. Who's y'all's eliminated teams?
I'm praying on the Packers' downfall. Sorry.
Okay. That's one. You need 2 in the NFC.
I know. And you know who's next.
Fair. All right, Jamell.
I too am praying for the Packers' downfall. Look at us, Abe. Look at
Friends
us.
again.
We're brothers
This
again.
don't feel good. This don't feel good.
Oh, no, that's what she said till it did. Come on, Abe.
What?
Right? We're brothers again. Yes, the Packers out. I am going to go out on a limb. Tampa Bay has just been garbage this half. The first half, they were so hot. The second half, they are so not. I think it might be Tampa Bay. I think Carolina might slide in there.
That would be their own fault if they did.
Yes, absolutely.
So you would have the Cowboys making it over Green Bay and Tampa.
I don't think the Cowboys are going to do much, but they're so fun. They're fun to watch. Dak Prescott is having a career year. George Pickens, when his head is on straight, he's on par with CeeDee Lamb when his head is on straight. When it's not, he might be on par with, what's his name?
Jerry Jeudy.
Flory. You know, I'm thinking of Dallas Cowboys receivers because they don't have a whole lot. So I love them airing the ball out. I like watching Javonte Williams. Where did he? I mean, he was in Denver last year, but where did this run game come from? Like the offensive line looks pretty good. It's just they have Cincinnati's defense. They don't play any.
Carolina and Tampa Bay play each other twice in the next 3 weeks.
Really?
Carolina, man. I want to see something different.
They play this week Then Carolina plays Seattle. Then they play Tampa again, which is a tough finish.
Yo, Seattle's gonna kill them.
It's a tough finish to the season, right?
Yeah.
Where
So you
Tampa
gotta
plays
win.
them
You
twice.
gotta win them. Yeah. Ooh.
But
They
Somebody
play
gotta
them
win
twice
2 out
and
of
they
3.
get Miami. They get
Somebody
Miami
gotta
as
win
the
2 out of 3 because they got the same record. Yeah. Ooh.
depending on where Seattle is, they might rest their starters. If they're
That too.
locked in a position, they might say, "Hey, we're good," and rest
That
their
They're
starters.
too.
fifth. Seattle is fifth.
And they're tied with
They are.
LA with the Rams.
This
They
might
play
be one
the
of them
Rams
seasons. This
tomorrow.
might be one of those seasons where we don't actually see a team rest their players.
Wait,
Like this
you
you
can't-
have to fight all the way to the end.
You know why? To that point, they play the Rams tomorrow, then the Panthers, then they finish the season with the 49ers. That's Seattle's schedule.
Because even though they've clinched the top spot or clinched the playoff spot, the Rams, they still are in trouble of being second, third, or fourth, with like
Yes.
1 or 2 games getting lost because Chicago's right behind them at 10-4.
Well, they're tied with Seattle at 11-3, and San Francisco is 10-4 also.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
This might be one of
This
those
is-
seasons where we actually get football all the way up until the last game. This might be Cubs.
No slight. So far, the easiest schedule I've seen to finish out.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco plays the Colts.
Dumb.
Come on, man, don't play them like that. The
Dumb.
easy schedule, put the Colts.
No,
on it.
because compared to the last 3 teams I just said, this is the easiest route. They play the Colts, and then they have to up it and play the Bears and Seahawks to finish the season. That's the 49ers. So far, out of the
Those are
3
tough
teams
games.
that we just mentioned, exactly. So the 3 teams that we just mentioned, they have the best route, it seems, other than I lied. Philly plays Washington twice. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Philly plays Washington twice.
Yeah, Philly's
They have to play Buffalo, but they play Washington twice. So again, if you're Dallas, I don't see you making this. I don't see you making this, man. Just go
Pack
home.
it up. Pack it up. We had a
Well-
great time to watch George Pickens though. That was
If
good
they
football.
beat the Chargers,
Who?
Dallas, they finish. This is crazy. Washington has 3 divisional games back to back to back.
Mhm.
Dallas plays the Chargers, Washington, then the Giants.
Ooh. They might walk 2 out of 3 that situation.
But knowing New
the
York, New
Giants
York
are
would try to mess
terrible.
up that whole thing because they have to
Yeah.
play in New York.
Yeah.
They-
That
not-
might just be a
matter of fact, the
pride thing
Cowboys-
because it might come down to like if they win that game they're in. That might be a pride thing where New York comes in and goes, nah.
Ooh, buddy. Yeah,
Oh.
as I'm going through these schedules, this NFC, you right, Abe. I think because y'all play the Steelers, Vikings, and then the Bears. I'm sorry, lady at home. My bad. The Vikings, good team. Yay.
Skull.
Yo, skull, whatever y'all do, right? Yeah, the at least for the NFC side, because they are playing each other, they might finish strong. The AFC seems a little bit more sold as coming down to essentially the Colts and the Ravens, as long as the Texans can hold on.
Which I don't have a lot of faith in.
They're playing the Raiders. That's one easy game.
That
Then they play the Chargers. Then they play the
shouldn't be
Colts.
allowed. That shouldn't be allowed. They should have to switch that up right now. Like, we actually want to watch the game. So, like, can you? Yeah. Wow.
I feel bad for Pete Carroll. I feel bad for that.
We
dude.
might have to come back. Yeah, we might have to come back to that, man.
I don't feel bad for him.
Go to
You
the
went
Raiders.
over there and you drug Geno Smith with you like you were really doing something. No, that's
Because
on
he
you,
did
player.
well with Geno. There's that familiarity between the coach and the
He
quarterback.
did good with Russell Wilson, and look where that's going. Like, you saw the writing on the wall with Geno. There's no way in the world you thought he was going to be the savior of Las Vegas.
Russ wanted to cook.
I just want to be clear here. All of Sam Darnold's credit was already seen with Geno Smith. They're just trying to make it look better because he's white.
Wow.
Because I'm black, I can't argue with you. Oh man.
Same Kenneth Walker, same Charbonnet, same Jackson Smith and Jigba. What is different? except a better defense. Their defense looks incredible.
Well, their
What's different with the offense? Help me, Abe. Help. I'm ready.
Their
Help.
receiving room is different. DK
Not
Metcalf
that
is
much.
gone. Lockett's gone. Their receiving room is different.
I don't think Lockett was a factor, but I give you DK Metcalf.
He stretched the field, and Smith and Jigma does a little bit of what both of them did. He can stretch the field like Lockett. He can. I guess Metcalf stretched the field too because he's got 0 hands. So, the receiving room is better. Even Cooper Kupp has better hands. So at this age,
Cooper has been absolutely irrelevant this year.
You're a hater, dude.
No, I'm not a hater. I'm a
people older than
fantasy
you.
owner of Cooper Kupp, and he hasn't done jack this year.
Poor choice.
Poor
Poor
Cooper.
choice. But hey, we appreciate y'all popping out, man. We did a quick show for y'all. We didn't touch the NBA this week because I think after watching Josh Hart tweet as we were talking that it was AI, I'm gonna let this marinate for a little bit longer because, buddy, we got some things to speak about. Man.
That's what happened at Cessnova.
AI has never moved my thumb that direction, big fella.
Maybe that was Jaylen Brown's hair. Also, it was AI.
Hey,
They're rubbing off you.
look,
AI.
yeah, man. So with that being said, man, y'all have anything additional y'all want to add before we close out?
I want to say,
go ahead, get it off your chest.
I'll give this real quick. New York Knicks, thank you for not hanging up the banner. It shouldn't be a banner up there with championship banners. So good job. Good job.
That's a fact. I will close out saying free Shador, free Marcus Freeman, and there's a bubble jacket waiting for you up in Michigan, Mr. Marcus. Like it's already freshly fitted. I don't know if you want that one. It might still have some residue on there from whatever they were just dealing with. But you know, for free Shador.
Why am I shaking my head with you like it was going to be a good take about Michigan when I knew better? Me and Jamell both was like, we knew better.
We're going to come back to it. I didn't want to say too much this week, but apparently them knowing about all of this for 18 months, then knowing that they were going to fire him 9 days before. Come on, we got all. You're telling me all you had to do was beat Ohio State, and we wouldn't be talking about this. That's crazy. That's crazy work.
It's true. It's actually true.
Crazy work. But Jamell, you got anything before we close out?
Go Bears, man. I really want us to make the playoffs so that way if we're doing this next year and Abe is on here and he's like, when's the last time the Bears good? I can be like, last year, nigga, shit. So go Bears. Go Bears.
Hey, man, fuck the Bears.
Hey, man. Well, if that's the case, man, all y'all like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate y'all being here. If you look down at the bottom, our YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram are all at the Keep It Clean Show, and our Twitter is at Keep It Clean Show. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate y'all that were in the chat, that was hollering at us, hanging around with us, seeing the shenanigans, man. And if y'all have comments, there was one in the YouTube comment I didn't fully understand, but I felt like it was an Abe question. We just weren't talking about basketball. They said they were looking for things about Kobe. Any suggestions? I didn't understand the question, so I didn't word it. But we'll come back to that, right? I'll send you the screenshot. We'll come back to that just for you, man. But that's been the Keep It Clean boys, man. We appreciate y'all, and we are out.
Every time you see me, I keep it clean like a coaster.